This is Jermaine reporting for the Pound for Pound Boxing Show. I'm joined alongside Pierce O'Leary. How you doing, Pierce?
I'm good, Jermaine. I'm good. All good.
Brilliant. Pierce, not long over a week to a fight week now, to a fight now, actually. How's training going for this fight?
It's going pretty good. It's been a short camp, and I say a short camp. Most fighters might say it's a long camp, but it's short towards my last two camps where I previous had. So my last two was 3 months each. So it's from setbacks and stuff like that. And this one's been 7 weeks in total. So yeah, it's a lot short, but I feel great. I'm peaking out a minute. So my last sparring now is tomorrow, and then we rewind down then.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures from your social media. You've been sparring with the likes of OHARA Davies and Jordan Reynolds. How's it been sparring these guys just before their big fights as well?
Yeah, it's been great. First of all, inspiring Jordan. Jordan's looking tremendous. Like, to be honest, it's the best I've ever seen him. Yeah, he's Jordan's style is it's unique. Like, he has a lovely jab, and he can fight when he wants to fight. So, and when he boxes, he's even better again. And with OD, OD's basically been my sparring partner for this camp. Not my sparring partner, because obviously he's preparing for a fight himself. So we both getting good work off each other. So he wanted to come down all the time. So it was perfect. You know what I mean? Same, not the same style, but kind of the same style as my opponent, which will come forward, this and that, and that's what OD does. And it's just adapting, knowing the ring a lot more now, and it's really good experience sparring OHARA because of the level that he's at and his capabilities and where he's at the being and where he's at the doing,
Yeah, he's got a massive fight coming up in Dubai. That should be a good fight. Obviously, he's looking to get back up there. Maybe one day push for a title challenge as well. So it's good little practice to get in ahead of your fight next week.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's the kind of sparring that you can't switch off on. If you switch off and sparring, you're gonna get hurt. So, like, if I'm having a bad day or whatever like that, my body's not feeling tired, and I go to the gym, I'll automatically just switch straight on, no matter what. As soon as I step inside the gym. So you've always got to be switched on straight away, because when you're sparring those guys and the level that they're at, like, you'll get hurt. You'll get hurt, so you have to be on the ball.
Yeah. Let's talk a bit about your opponent. Is it Ozgul? He's was it 15 wins, 6 defeats, 2 of them coming away of knockout. Have you seen much of this guy, and what do you make of him? What dangers does he bring to you?
To be honest, Jermaine, I haven't seen much of him. He was actually on 2 of the cards that I fought on one time. Just as we know and what I've seen of him, he just comes forward, tries to come forward, I actually sparred him, believe it or not, one time. Going back midsummer, maybe, when I was in the camp. I sparred him. Just literally, I'm buzzing for it, I'm really, really happy. So, but obviously he's been training hard also, waiting for the date, waiting for a fight. So obviously he got the opportunity, so he's more than ready. So I've got to be more ready than him.
Yeah. You mentioned that he's been on 2 cards. The 2 cards he was fighting Sean McCoon and Paddy Donovan as well. Obviously,
Yeah,
Paddy Donovan stopped him in one of those fights. Do you believe you have the power to stop him in this fight? Is that, or are you just looking to just get the win any means necessary?
Whatever the game plan is, whatever I'm told what game plan I have to go in there and do, that's what I'm going to do. If the stoppage comes, perfect, early night, brilliant. But if I have to push the stoppage, well, then I'm not going to try it. I'm just going to box, because boxing, I've been sparred in 10 rounds. I've done my first 10 round sparring there last week, and I couldn't believe it. Like, the fitness went from, like, it's amazing, you know what I mean? Like, with the hard training and dedication I'm putting in and stuff like that, being away from home, and I'm just seeing the levels just rising above constantly one another, and it's actually scary, to be honest with you. So all I'm doing now, I just want to go and perform, and which is box. I'm looking forward to it. When the stoppage comes, it comes. I'm not going to push it up.
Also, your first time back on the MTK show is going to be with fans, spectators at the iconic York Hall. How's it going to be boxing in such an iconic stadium, iconic venue in front of a crowd again?
Do you know? Yeah, I'm actually like for that, like to be boxing York Hall. I went to the York Hall. I think was one of my teammates went on a Henry Turner, and I went to the car there, and there was no fans. I was just looking around and looking at, and because I actually got a good look at the venue when there was no one there, and I was like, you know what, I'd love to fight here one time. Yeah, I loved it. And looking around, sizing her up and stuff like that, and seeing me fans in knowing in the crowd and stuff like that. And I was just like, you know what. And then little did I know, my next fight is going to be there.
Yeah.
So we're fans also. So yeah, it's buzzing. I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait. So many people fought there. I'm pretty sure Robert Duran fought there as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah. So look, it's a historical stadium, and I'm just looking to I'm looking to put my name in there now also. So when I become that famous big fighter, my name's in there. So yeah.
Yeah, it is an iconic venue. It's very intimate, very close to the ring as well. And obviously, being such a small space, you can hear people's noise and it's rocking when it's packed. It's packed, and the atmosphere is electric.
Yeah, when I fought in Ulster Hall, it was, and Ulster Hall's the exact same as York Hall. Same. I don't know. I think it's the same capacity. I'm pretty sure.
I think it is. Yeah, around about the same capacity. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I made my pro debut there, I was unreal. It was savage. I can actually remember jumping up in the ring first time and put my hands up like straight away and hearing the roar. It was electric. I was like, whoa, this is it now. This is what I've been dreaming of all my life. Get in there, I've done the job, and looking back at the fight preview, and just seeing all the crowd going crazy when I was fighting, I was like, Jesus, that's mental, you know what I mean? And I was just like, class, yeah, I can't wait now to have fans. So yeah, I'm buzzing. Everything's going good. Couldn't gone any better, to be honest.
Amazing. I want to talk a bit about fight what happened on the weekend in America. It was the Zone show, the Zone card, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, and that was Michael Garcia defeat Sandor Martin. Sandor Martin caused an upset. I want to ask you, Pierce, did you watch that fight? And if you did watch the fight, what do you make of Sandor's performance?
I didn't. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't. I've actually had to catch up on that. Do you know what? That fight, that card, and the Tyson Fury fight, I didn't watch. I've got to catch up. I'm actually going to catch up on that tonight. Yeah, I'm going to catch up. But I've been seeing on Twitter and Instagram that Mike Garcia was him and hawing about it, and then I saw a clip of Eddie Hearn saying that Mike Garcia needs a KO. So it must have been a really, really tough fight for Garcia. So they're actually my way. They're 140. So it's nice.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. Obviously, 140.
Yeah.
That division is searing hot at the moment. So many great fighters, not just over here in the UK, but overseas in America as well. So yeah, there's potentially some great fights that could happen in the future.
Yeah, definitely, 1,000,000%. Like, it just, you know what? I think now it was all about the Americans at one time. Now that the Eastern Europe or European now are starting to break that level and starting to compete with all Americans. And when they compete, they're winning. You know, they're causing upsets and stuff like that because the Americans are made out to be the best. Like, don't get me wrong, American trainers, like, so much experience because from past generations and just knowledge being around the gyms and stuff like that, they may have more experience than the coaches back here, but it's UK and all around Europe is breaking that level now, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, at the top of the tree is Josh Taylor, who's flying the flag for the UK. So
yeah, like look at Josh Taylor, like he's in tip top shape, like he's flying. Obviously, he fights Jack Catterall in December, so that'd be a great card.
Yeah,
I really look forward to that, you know. I really look forward to that.
I do. I look forward to that as well. I'm hopefully going to be over there. I'm going to be in Glasgow that weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to get a ticket to that fight.
Lucky you.
So hopefully that I get a ticket. I'm looking forward to that. Josh is a fantastic fighter, but also Jack is as well. So it should be a great fight.
Yeah, two Southpots. You know what? It's a hard one to pick because Josh has speed and Jack is more laid back and counter punching. So it's a tough one. You know, it's a tough one. But may best man win, isn't it?
100%. I want to talk a bit about also. I want to talk a bit about. Let's talk a bit about the domestic scene. So obviously, say you do come through your fight with a win, you could potentially climb up the ladder and potentially fight a lot of domestic fights, the likes of Luke Willis. You can also, who else is there? You can also fight. There's Luke Willis. There's potentially Ennis Brown. There's also Ryland Charlton. There's also Kieran Geffey and Dalton Smith. If you could potentially fight one of these guys based on your style and their style, which one of these fighters would you pick?
Any. Doesn't matter.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, like I said, domestically, it's so hot over here at the moment. It's going to potentially be so many great fights in the future for hopefully for belts as well along the way. So hopefully you get these guys.
I think, to be honest with you, if you're going to take one of those fights right now, is it a wrong move? I don't know, because they've got their plans as getting up higher ranks for that world title shot. So they obviously have a mapped out. They obviously have their road mapped out. I have my road mapped out. So maybe it could be for some sort of title down the line, whatever like that. But if it's for nothing, it's a pointless. It's not worth, is it?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, your aim is probably to go on and win the likes of the European titles and push on that way. But I want to ask you, obviously, if Josh does win his fight against Jack Catterall and goes on to vacate his belts and goes up again to a welterweight, would this give the opportunity to a lot of fighters to maybe potentially go on and fight for world titles in the future?
I don't know. Why would it?
Maybe obviously, if say Josh did stay around and he did a fight at 140 and for another 2 or 3 more fights, do you think he'll maybe have to vacate his belt, or would he still fight undisputed? You have to keep fighting fights undisputed.
He'll just have to keep fighting undisputed, isn't it? He'll have to keep defending him, and because every person, it doesn't matter whether with him giving up the belts isn't going to cause much more opportunities really, because those belts, people are going to fight for them. But whether that's in singles, like for the WBA, say, or the WBO or the WBC, that's only, there are 3 fights that people could actually fight for. There's 3 fights there automatically. But I can't say it being a massive opportunity. Probably get, I don't know, it's actually a sticky one, that is, to be honest.
Yeah. Can you see him going up though? Obviously,
yeah, definitely.
To win this fight against Jack, could you see the next move being going up to 147?
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I'd actually like to see him fight Crawford. I'd love to see him fight Crawford. Rangy, 2 southpaws again. Yeah, that'd be decent. That'd be decent for you.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Both with top rank as well, so it should be easy to make that fight. Obviously, Terence Crawford's got Sean Porter coming up soon. He's got to deal with the matters there, get through that with a win, and then Josh obviously gets through his fight. That potentially could be a mega fight, maybe in the States. That'd be one hell of a fight.
I reckon that'd be Vegas.
Oh, that would be unreal. That would be unreal.
I'd say it'd be Vegas, yeah, 1,000,000%. That, like, they'd be carrying, like, Josh has a good fan base, a really good fan base. So they'd be all looking for a holiday, and they'd be on a nice holiday, I'll tell you. A holiday that fighters can't go on.
Brilliant. I want to talk a bit about another 2 fighters who got into a bit of an altercation over the weekend as well, and that was Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Yeah. They've been going back and forth on social media, and they came face to face, and they were talking about a fight and talk a bit about, I don't know, Teofimo Lopez has always said that Devin Haney is not a real champion; he's a emo champion, and he said that Bob Arum's had meetings with his manager and his dad, and they fell through and it never happened. But would you like to see this fight happen sometime next year?
Yeah, I'd love to see that fight happen. But those 2 guys, like, they know each other. They've been sparring with each other, they've been training in the Mayweather gym together and stuff like that. So they know the weak spots there in one another. But look, it's hard. It's business. It's business, like, to be honest. So whatever route they take for themselves to be the best route, well, then that's what it is. But all this calling out each other and stuff like that in front of the interviewers and stuff like that, I just think that's ridiculous. That's not my cup of tea. I'd rather just do all the work behind the scene with managers and this and promoters and that, get the deal done, and then fight, then start mounting. But all that mounting in front of the cameras and stuff like that, like, it's just, I don't know whether they're putting shame in boxing or not.
A lot of fans are frustrated by it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I saw a lot of fighters that was frustrated about it. Well, how they were carrying themselves. That's what I was just saying. That, like, I saw a lot of fighters sharing it and talking bad mouthing about it. But look, it is what it is. The fights have been going on for so long. Now I'm hearing that Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz might be fighting in December. So obviously, if Diaz wins, that means Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Devin Haney. So it's just a lot. Like, you know, you have to take one fight at a time and see where you go from there.
Yeah. Do you think they're underestimating their opponents? So obviously you got not just Jojo Diaz, but you got George Gambosos, who's a tough fighter as well, and he's earned his right to be mandatory for these belts as well. So do you think they've underestimated these two fighters going into the fights?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I'm pretty sure, because every interview that I see in this, and like, he doesn't talk about that fighter. He talks about other fighters who he wants potentially down the line, where he's overlooking Camboza. Now, Camboza's a really good guy, and I've been seeing him train on social media, and he's a hard-working lad, like. So it's just about, if he can put the ice on the cake, then it opens up the doors, like, open up many doors for him.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight happening soon. And obviously, Jojo Diaz is no walkover as well. That's going to be a tough fight for Devin Haney as well, like the Norris fight was as well.
Yeah, like Linares shocked Devin Haney in the 10th round. So, and obviously Teofimo Lopez has more power than Linares, and he's a lot physically a lot bigger. So that could cause Devin a lot of trouble, whether it's getting hit in the head or in the arms. It'll slow him down eventually. So I don't know. It's many factors in there like that. Now maybe Teofimo or maybe Devin Haney has a better IQ than Lopez. You just don't know until that fight happens.
100%. Moving on to the heavyweight division, obviously we've had a few fights over the last weeks to months. Obviously with Andy Joshua taking on Alexander Usyk and losing these world titles.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury going over to Vegas and finishing the trilogy and defeating Wilder for the second time. I want to ask you though, was you surprised by the performance of Andy Joshua in his defeat to Usyk, and can you see him winning the rematch?
Do you know, I wasn't surprised. No, I was at that fight, and it was absolutely mega. You want to see the crowds? It was electric. But
I was there too. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. I was unreal. And when I was looking at it, I was in really good seats too. So I was looking at the fight, and then I was looking back up at the telly, and I was just like, you could see all the crowds and see all the fans who didn't know really boxing, but just fans with the love of the sport. They were when Anthony Joshua was trying to dig or something like that, like, and Usyk blocked it or something. The fans are roaring, and I was just sitting there. I was like, he didn't touch him. So I was looking at it, and for me, it was more studying that night than actually watching the fight as a fan. So I was looking at it, and I had Usyk winning most rounds. Like, I had him. Like, I was like, that was a good round. That was a bad round. This was a good round. Good round for Joshua. You know, so it was, for me, it was a great night there, and I wasn't surprised at all with the decision.
What do you make of the talk? Obviously, that Joshua should look to change his trainer. He's currently out in the States now, training out in the Canelo's gym as well. A lot of people saying that he should maybe part ways with Rob McCracken and get a new trainer for this fight. What do you say to that?
Do you know, he might need a fresh change. He might need it. Some things go stale every now and again, but he might need a new trainer, whether it's in the UK or abroad. But I just think there's too many people talking in the corner that night. And obviously he couldn't take all the information in, and he was going back out clueless again in the round. And then Usyk was just sticking it straight back on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Anthony Joshua that we all know. Anthony Joshua didn't look like he was. I don't know if he was mentally there, but yeah, he just didn't
I don't think he was mentally there, like, because even coming out and stuff like that, he wasn't glued in. He was careless, if that's the right word to say, because he was going around and he was shaking everyone's hands, all the fans and stuff like that, where he should have been fully focused. When he was walking down, there should have been blinkers on him, or he couldn't see anyone. Oh yeah, you had a job to do, so you had to get that job done. Then go and see the fans, rather than see the fans before doing the job. And as soon as he got into the ring, it was just like, I like Joshua, and there was no fighting in him whatsoever. He was just on the back foot most of the time, or he was going forward. And when he was going forward, he wasn't letting his hands go. Yeah. But when he was fighting Klitschko, we saw actually a dog in Joshua who was really, really there, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's what the fans are surprised by, and that's what the fans probably want to see more of the old Anthony Joshua, showing heart, imposing himself, using his size and his power, and coming forward. And we didn't see that in that fight. So hopefully, in the rematch, not just for himself but for the boxing fans, we see a better fight and a better performance from Joshua.
Yeah, hopefully. In a rematch, I don't. If he does change trainers, then we might see a new Joshua. But at the minute, I don't think we will.
Do you think a lot of people are not giving Alexander Usyk a lot of credit for the way he performed that night as well?
Yeah, John, I just think everyone looked at Joshua. I think the situation with Joshua being bad overlooked Usyk being good. That's the problem, I think. But Usyk is a genius. He's just a heavyweight in Lomachenko.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really, really good talent. Really moves around the ring so well. And he's and I was very surprised the way he was imposing himself with a jab as well, going and coming forward, and he put a lot of pressure on Joshua. And I think maybe the speed of his movement as well was caused Joshua a few problems that night.
Yeah, Joshua was too stiff. That's the problem. So maybe, I'd like to see him going to a new trainer and dusting off the cobwebs and just finding not a new style, but coming up with a new plan and see which way he can do it.
See, Pierce, you said you didn't watch the Fury Wilder trilogy, but I want to ask you. Obviously, Wilder Fury got a knockout in fantastic fashion in the 11th round. There's been talk of him maybe potentially going on to fight Dillian Whyte if Dillian Whyte comes through his fight against Otto Waller next week. Can you see that fight happen next year?
I'd say I would. It's a big British fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good money. I don't see why not. I'd actually like to see it happening myself. I really like to see that happen. I wonder where it'd be. Probably the O2, I'd say, or Wembley.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely.
Sorry?
That definitely could be a stadium fight. Two big names. UK, obviously, for world title as well. Heavyweight the world title. I think that can definitely do numbers in terms of a stadium fight.
Yeah, of course. Like, that could be a fight there. So Dillian and
Fury.
Dillian and Fury, and then obviously Usyk and Joshua in the rematch. So the winner of each fight fights the winner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what could happen. So I'd say that's some sort of fights down the line. I'd say that's a possibility. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, before I let you go, I want to ask you, why should fans tune in on the 29th of October to see you fight on IFL and MTK Global ESPN?
Because I'm going to stick on a masterclass. Going to put on an unreal performance.
Brilliant. And for fans who are going to be coming down to watch you, fans will be paying to coming down and pay and tuning in, have you got another message for them?
Expect the KO. And if it comes, it comes. I'm not pushed on that, but I'm just looking to go out there and box, being the best I can be, being better than my last fight, and I'm working and doing the things that I learned in the gym. That's all I can do.
Brilliant. Pierce, always a pleasure speaking to you. I can't wait to see this fight, and I'll tune in next week. And thank you again for your time.
Thanks very much. No problem at all.
Thank you, mate.
All right, boy.